The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is back from vacation.
Here we are, back to reality.
So how you liking this back to reality?
I tell you, it's going to take me a minute to get over it.
Everything you wanted?
Oh, yes. Had a great time. Had a wonderful time.
What is this right here? Where is that?
That's in Honduras.
Mahogany Bay? Is that what that's?
Mahogany Bay and Roatan. And so that's a little island right outside the mainland of Honduras. And
what is this?
So
curious.
that's in Belize. We went, there's a river, and we went tubing down the river, which goes through a cave.
Oh.
And so that was the entrance of the cave that we went through.
Is it dark, and how long is the cave?
Oh, yeah. It took us about an hour to go through the whole float. And, yeah, everybody's got lights on your head. And if you turned all your lights off, it'd be pitch black. But it was very, very fun.
Any snakes in the tunnel?
Didn't see any, so that was good. Bunch of bats. We saw a bunch of bats.
Oh, I bet so.
But that was right before we went zip lining.
The caves are interesting.
So that really was.
Let's see here. I think here's the zip lining thing that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's Amy.
And that's what, a couple hundred feet up in the air?
Yeah, so in some parts, yeah, we're 150, 200 feet above the jungle floor.
Yeah.
And you're zip lining. It wasn't a very long place. I think the longest zip lining was probably about 100 yards, but you went 5 different stops until you started going down, 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 and then you get to an area, and then you're not having to go down many stairs. But, yeah, we were about an hour and 15-minute drive from the port by bus to get to where that is in Brazil.
So if you've never been on a cruise before,
Belize.
this is some of the activities, and this is from the ship, isn't it? Isn't that from the ship, that picture?
Yeah, that was from our balcony room. That was part of Roatan.
Neat.
I love that place. Very beautiful down there. Blue water. I mean, you can see.
Did you take off from New Orleans or Biloxi?
Yeah, we went from New Orleans. Got on the Carnival Glory. It houses the Glory and the Valor down there. We got on the Glory this time.
Did you bump into Gopher or anybody like that on the cruise ship?
No, didn't see them. I looked for them, but, that was Princess Cruise Line.
That's right, it was. I'd forgotten, but many a moon.
Yeah. And thank y'all for everybody saying welcome back. I missed y'all, enjoyed it. I tried to keep up with y'all a little bit. Internet's not the absolute best on board ship, but
a little ways out there, isn't it?
A little bit ways out, and it's a little slow. But had a good time, but definitely missed all of y'all.
Yeah, boy. It is already Monday, believe it or not, and today we invite you down. We got a program over there, Odie. 10 a.m. is the Memorial Day service today downtown Meridian at the courthouse. It will get underway, and there's a lot of activities that are going to be going on, and we do hope that you'll make your way down to respect those who gave all they have for our country.
Yeah, this is Memorial Day. This is not Veterans Day, and it's not Armed Forces Day. So this is not, we don't celebrate anybody who has been in the military. We're not celebrating anybody who is in the military. Those 2 days are done with Veterans Day, and it's done with Armed Forces Day. Today is Memorial Day. And today we are honoring each one of those who gave their life in the service of keeping each one of us free in this country.
I agree.
Who gave the ultimate sacrifice and wrote that blank check. And this is their day. Nobody else's. This is the ones who give us the freedom by giving their lives. I saw a meme earlier that had a cartoon with a family. The dad's out there cooking at the grill.
Right.
Kids are running around, and it says, I wish Memorial Day was every day. or every weekend. And then the next one was a family standing in front of their fireplace with a flag, kind of like what you see back here, and it says it is Memorial Day every weekend for these families.
Yeah, that was my uncle's. He served in World War II. That was given to me when I was, I think, 10 years old. When they closed the coffin and they folded it 3 corners and they handed that off to me. This is what today is about. This picture right there.
That's it. That gets you, boy.
Don't forget that. And as each county will have this at their courthouse most likely today. Go down and show some respect, whether you're in Clark, you're in Kemper, Newton, even further out. Alabama, as you go to your courthouses, there's a lot of folks that left their home. And I have a different respect, and maybe now we sign up. If you want to join the military, you go fight. But there was a day and time in America to where you were 17, 18 years old, you were sitting at home, and you got a piece of paper in the mail that said you had to leave. Whether you wanted to or not, you had to. And I hold those that were drafted at such a high standard. Many of those boys never made it home that were drafted, knew nothing about what they were facing, where they were going. Uncle Sam called and they answered. And again, they didn't make that choice of signing up and going, yes, I want to do this for a career. They were told to go and serve, and they did, and a lot of those guys lost their lives from World War I, World War II, Vietnam, the Korean War. It goes on and on of the draft. And, I've heard stories, and I'm sure you have, Odie, through the years of especially small towns, of how drafts went, of who got chose. And
oh, yeah. And then they're not coming home, and you affect that entire community.
Yes.
It goes back to ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And we don't use that anymore. Now we're all what I'm entitled to everything my country can give to me.
Now, I'm not sure if JFK actually wrote it or one of his writers wrote that, but probably goes down as one of the greatest quotes of an American president that there could ever be.
100%.
That's not 100%. What you can do.
It's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do. And these guys right here gave all.
Yep, I'm with you 100% on that. Something to think about.
Yes, it really is.
I'm not sure if they're going to have a flyover. They did Friday, and we'll show some pictures of that this morning from the new Veterans Memorial there next to the airport. We got a lot of pictures from that. That happened Friday, their service at 10 a.m. I hope you made it out for that. If you didn't, we'll show you some pictures of what you missed out on. We got all that and so much more to talk about. We'll get into what went on over the weekend. If you're watching from abroad, you own businesses here, you might better phone a friend and go check on my business for me. We'll tell you about all that in just a moment as we start your Monday.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. Ooh, Jeff Lewis finally woke up.
Oh, good morning, Jeff.
Hope you're doing better.
Man, yeah.
If you're in California this morning watching us, I got bad news for you. They ain't,
you
they
get
ain't
a
going to
new
be no
home.
good neighbor there. As we find out that State Farm is going to stop selling new home insurance to folks in California due to the catastrophic price increases. It's just they can't keep up with it, and they're not going to offer home insurance. They'll offer car insurance and everything else, but no home insurance in California starting immediately. Wow.
Well, I mean, you watch these programs where people are going around saying, okay, I'm looking for a home, and they find this nice home, and you're sitting back going, well, that's, probably $250,000. And the realtor says, so what's your budget? Oh, well, we're thinking about 900, maybe close to $1 million, and it's for a home?
Yeah.
A little home?
They are little out there.
No. So I can understand that replacement value.
Yep. Pretty tough there.
Yeah, it is.
I mentioned this, I think it was Friday, and the guy is facing 10 years in jail, Odie. We all have that fear. Is the word fool being on an airplane ride with you as the plane was coming in South Korea on landing, 650 feet above ground as it makes its approach? This guy jumps up, spastic, grabs the door, opens it up, and of course they're low enough to where the cabin pressure's loose and the door opens. It starts sucking luggage and everything else out. Everybody lived. He now faces 10 years in jail for what he did. Wow. Oh, why?
But yeah, why do something like that?
The world is full of them.
That's crazy.
I don't know how to straighten things out like that. Another thing that has gone on in America, and maybe you've heard about this. This was in Maryland, as we just kind of blanket look at a few of the headlines, and we'll get to more. But Maryland, his son was getting bullied. His son comes home. A group of teenagers are beating up on his son. He steps out to protect his son, and they jump him, ultimately beating the father to death.
Wow.
Son had to stand and watch. Now, as we've often said, crime is high right now among the younger generation of that 12 to 22, 23, 24-year-old period. This is awful.
I didn't see this. There was a lot of people that were online talking about they saw this right here. Kids on a cruise, and look, I'm going to take my grandson. I think kids on a cruise is great. But there were some young teenagers that everybody was talking about. No parents around, just them. They were bumping into the elderly and turning around
on the
and
ship.
laughing at them on the ship. And, man, if you've got kids, come on, by God, raise your kids.
I agree with that.
Wow.
Now, as we revisited this, and we talk about the murders and things that have gone on here, Meridian's at number 4 for the year. There has been 2 arrests. The Meridian Police Department tells us that most likely there is going to be numerous more arrests as we pull this up. We released this on Fridays. We got the information from the Meridian Police Department. Here's what we have at this point, and I'll read you word for word, and this is exactly what was said. The Meridian Police Department made 2 arrests in the murder of Javon Adams that occurred on May the 23rd in the parking lot of 4620 Poplar Springs Drive. Barron, 20, was arrested for aiding and abetting, and that's here on the left, this picture here. The second person, Vaughn, has been placed and arrested for murder with no bond. Many arrests are to be made in connection with this, so we will follow this closely as the Meridian Police Department updates us on the activities of this. No bond, that is good when somebody commits a murder such as this in broad daylights in the streets of our town.
Yeah, that's just, that right there, I'm going to have to go ahead and say this. Those actions are making Meridian look bad. It's not putting the information out of what's going on making Meridian look bad. It's the actions of the people who live here is what's making Meridian look bad. I think pushing the information out and letting people know what's going on is actually the service that the citizens of Lauderdale County, including the city, is wanting to know.
Yes.
That's the information that needs to get put out. If you continue to hide what's going on, you're actually putting a false narrative of what's going on inside this city and this county. And if you want to make our city and county grow, you need to show what's going on and take responsibility of the crime that's in our area.
Yeah.
No more of crimes everywhere. It is. But it goes back to what our mama say. If everybody else jumps off a bridge, you gonna do it too.
I remember Mom saying that.
So hey, if we allow crime, or if they allow crime, are we gonna allow it too? Why do we allow this? And by keeping silent, you're allowing it because you're not pushing out exactly what's going on in our community.
No, it's no secret. There's a lot of folks would like me to hush and not report everything. Without a shadow of a doubt, I've caught a lot of heat over the last 3 to 4 weeks of don't do that, don't do that. No, it happened, and we will continue to pass along. As a matter of fact, Odie, let's go where else there was another shooting over the weekend. This person was shot in the side. As we go here, now we haven't gotten an update on their condition, but if you'll look here, this is just off of 8th Street. Here sits Wendy's, here's Locksmith. This is 7th Street due south of 8th Street, right there on 30th Avenue. A person in the 3000 block was shot in the side. They were rushed to a hospital for medical care. After that, we don't know what becomes of it. It has to come from a family member to update us, but we do know that one person was taken. It's not good to be shot in the side by any means.
Oh, no, not at all. And we had one that says innocent until proven guilty. 100%.
Correct.
I believe in that 100%. And that was just a shooting took place. That's what happened. Shooting took place. But the names came out when the city of Meridian actually arrested it, and that arrest report is public information.
Right. This is not, I don't pick a name and go, well, that person is accused of murder. This is what comes from the Meridian Police Department authorities, and we only put out what is given to us in these cases. Can both of these individuals be proven innocent? Absolutely. Yeah. And if they are, then we will make a correction on all of that. We'll see what becomes of the investigation. It's early into it. Has there been instances where innocent people were arrested? It absolutely has been. Mm-hmm. And again, we'll follow this as we get updates and post them quickly as we can and as accurately as we can as it comes in. One of the next things that happened over the weekend, and we'll call this a ricochet. A person was shot, but it was caused from a ricocheting bullet. And you go, well, how does that happen? Well, you can be target practicing, and if you hit a piece of metal, that bullet deflects. I guess is the best way to put that. It bounces.
Yeah.
And this is the scene here out at the Meridian Public Safety Training Facility. This would happen yesterday afternoon as they were target practicing. A bullet would bounce off of it, go by the shooter, and hit someone behind him. So That's what went on yesterday. If you saw the ambulances heading in that direction, no serious injury. They were taken for medical care, and we do hope that everything is fine at this point.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we have protection while we're out shooting.
Correct.
So, hey.
Now, I did get an update, and I got this last night. It took a few days, but we did get an update from DeKalb, Mississippi. Now, there was a shooting there on the 25th. Someone was shot and killed in downtown DeKalb, right off of Depot Hill. It would be over on Fork Avenue is where this is. You go past Southern Chevrolet, bear to your right, down there, and that would run back into Highway 16.
Yeah.
And this is a little offshoot road there called Fork Road as we pull this up. James Moore got back in touch with me last night, and he said the evidence gathered in the death investigation will be turned over to the district attorney's office for presentation to the next grand jury that's available. 22-year-old Jermaine Smoot was shot and killed Thursday on Fork Avenue in DeKalb. However, witness statements have raised questions about the circumstances. The statements given point to Smoot allegedly pulling a gun on people inside a car and demanding money. Then someone inside the car fired a shot, killing him. A person was taken into custody Thursday for questioning but was not charged. Smoot's body will be sent to Jackson for an autopsy. That is word for word what Sheriff James Moore had to say about this. And again, it is an investigation. Immediately after the shooting, I started getting words of this could have been self-defense. It may be. We will find out. There's no one in custody, and there's a lot to be discovered about this crime of what went on there. Someone lost their life, and we certainly feel for the family of all members of this.
Definitely.
So, again, we watch closely, and we wait for authorities to give us more information on all of this. Alrighty, 20 after. Woo, time's flying this morning. We'll be right back in a moment.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the back porch.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
We cannot brag enough on the folks that give their time, that help others. And let's go out to Vinville area as we found out that a house was on fire yesterday. No one was at home, thank goodness on this, but they managed. It was some major damage to a bedroom, but the house was saved. The entire home did not burn as we look at that. So a big thank you to the guys and gals that are on these volunteer fire departments that jump out. This was on Shiloh-Vinville Road on the 4700 block.
Yeah, so Causeyville, Southeast, why not? They responded to that. I hope I didn't leave a fire department out. I'm not 100%. But, yeah, they were able to get there real quick, send guys in, get that took care of. Man, big shout out to every one of these guys who are volunteering their time to make their community safe. Man, support these guys.
Now, as we brought up a minute ago, and the pamphlet that Odie had in his hand, here's a picture of that. I just want you to see this.
Yeah.
This is 10 a.m. this morning. Be there, downtown Meridian at the courthouse at the old one. The new one's not quite finished yet. We'll be there, and it's going to be a great ceremony, and we'd love to see you there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on out. We want to see you. Let's see a few other things that have gone on over the weekend. As I teased a minute ago, if you're watching from abroad, maybe you're on vacation, I highly suggest calling a close friend of yours and go, hey, go by and check out my business. Because there's numerous. I've sent in a request this morning to the Meridian Police Department, as I do know that 2 individuals, juveniles, were taken into custody late yesterday afternoon. I think it was on 23rd Avenue, that matched the description of a Dollar General that was broken into. Wow. Now, wait a minute, there's more. As I got word yesterday, there's $500 being offered in this.
Money talks.
It does, and they want to know who this person is. We'll put this up on the screen as this is another break-in in Meridian as we go over to ServPro of Meridian. This is Hawkins Crossing is where this happened. 2:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, this person broke into that business. They're offering $500 for the phone number, address, and leading to the arrest of this person. Give them a call or send them an online, anything. If you want to be anonymous, you can contact me. I'll give the information to them as well. And you won't have to give up who you are. We keep everything anonymous. When people send anything to me that says I want my name kept out of it, I never give a name. That's one thing that has to be done for trust issues in our area. But a business broken into, that wouldn't be the only one that happened, as we would, Max Truck Stop. Well, Max Truck Service. Let me rephrase that. I said it a little backwards there. As you'll see, the Meridian Police Department on scene. Why? Somebody kicked the door in. Now, I don't know what they took, but as the old saying, you just can't have nothing these days. We do hope that they are caught and brought to justice for what they've done there.
Some good people working hard, making a living.
And I always say this, and this always happens when it's a long weekend and some businesses just don't have security systems over a long period. It could happen on Saturday and they not know it until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, if nobody calls and lets somebody know, you won't find out unless you get there and.
Yeah, so be a little bit on the upfront with that. Check on things. Don't just drive off if you don't have an alarm system. Even if you got one, make sure that they didn't outsmart it.
Yeah, have you a battery backup?
Folks are, that's the best way to do that. We got news from the city of Meridian. Now, there's 2 ways to look at this as we pull this up. Here's the news story, and it's word for word. At the bottom, you will notice, as I posted this, submitted by the city of Meridian. Didn't change a word. As they put it out, we put it exactly so you could read the way they put it. A private security company has been contracted to service Highland Park and Union Station, which ultimately means we don't have enough police officers at the end of the day, so they're hiring private securities. Now, there's two ways to look at this. I'm thankful that there's somebody will be there, but also keep in mind private security companies cannot make arrests. The next thing that I would look on this, I don't believe that it's a local company that was hired. Why not hire a local security company? Even Ward Calhoun could have directed you to a private security company and keep the dollars in Lauderdale. That's he has one.
He has one, and he uses certified officers that are off duty.
Mm-hmm.
A cop is never off duty.
No.
But he is not on payroll at that time. It may cost you a little bit more, but you've got somebody that can arrest.
Yeah, and I question this for that reason. We have several companies that use off-duty police officers for that, and this is a company that was from out of town. So,
and you want to complain about not getting officers because they don't pay as much? Well, here's a way for them to make a little extra money, so they can better provide for their family. I think this would have been a good way to kind of push out to the public a little bit more. Yeah, and got somebody local.
Yeah, maybe the city council is watching. Let us know how that happened. Was it bid on? Because there may be something I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's always lowest and best. It's not just because it's the cheapest. Is there a reason you're going to go with this other company versus this company? And you got to justify it.
Yeah, and we could have come up with several reasons to hire a local company. Just small thoughts from small minds this morning. I thought we'd pass that along to you also there. As this is becoming too regular, it's almost that we need to make it like Dalewood, to where you come in on this road, you have to show your ID to get in on it, because it seems like every other week there's being shots fired there. And where am I talking about? Jeff Davis School Road. Let's just go ahead and pull this up. Yet no one was hurt, but there were several rounds of gunfire. As we all know, that someone lost their life on this road not long ago.
Yeah.
It's getting a little ridiculous, and we would certainly love to have this stopped. Little gate there at the front, go, who are you and why are you coming down this road? Now, I know that it's going to extreme and is not legal, most likely, because it's a public road. I say it in jest, but it's really getting to where what I mean is, if you live on that road, pay attention to tags that go by. Snap a picture every now and then. Have a camera set up. You get enough of these, it will stop people coming to your neighborhood. It's kind of like a neighborhood watch.
Yeah, and even at the least a Ring doorbell or something like that, where everybody's camera system works together, and that way you're set to where you've got pictures of cars coming up and down the roads and knows who's around and who's not.
Mm-hmm. I want to say good morning to Miss Thelma. I used to work with her. She just texted me. I hope you're doing well this morning. Good to see you up and at 'em, girl. But let's protect our own. We did also have some overnight gunfire over the weekend on 20th Street. Yep, we've heard it there before, but let's go ahead and share this information also this morning, Odie. Right there is where it all went down, the 1200 block of 20th Street. No one hurt, no one injured. Doesn't change the fact that it still happened.
Yeah.
It's that same scenario. If a tree falls and no one's there to hear it, did the tree still fall? Yep.
Yeah, it did.
Sure did.
You talk a little bit when you're at these other countries, how's this, how's that? What's your crime rate? And Belize is very low.
Yeah.
And it's very low because they
That's
don't put up with no crap.
Yeah.
Your kids go to school, and they get an hour and a half lunch.
Really?
Yeah. But they don't feed you at school.
You got to go home?
You walk your butt back to the house, get you some lunch, and walk your butt back. And you better not be late.
They get you.
They get you. They don't feed you. The government don't feed you. Your family feeds you. Your family had you. Your family take care of you. I'm telling you, boy.
It is way different in other countries.
Yeah.
We've got some more gunfire and other great things to talk about this morning. There are some good things, some positive things. Not everything is horrible. We'll finish these in a moment and then tell you about what's going on that happened on this date. Today is Memorial Day. Again, honor our vets that gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country, so we can sit here and talk about all this. It gives you the right to vote. We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
We often talk about careers, and MCC today is no different as we look at the lineman program. So many people hook up with this to join the men and women that work in our linemen in both electric companies in our area here.
You know, this is a high-paying job.
It is.
And you can start off, and you're talking about supporting your family. This is an opportunity to get a job on the ground level, support your family, and take care of your community at the same time. When we have storms or we have just a power outage and we're all sitting here going, when's our power getting back on? The linemen, the ones who are out there doing the work, climbing the poles, working during the storms, getting our power back on so we can live our regular lives.
That's right.
You can get your education right here at MCC to learn how to do this and start you a great career as a lineman at MCC.
Drop in today. Visit with them. Visit them online any way that you want to do it. You'll find out more about the program, and it really is good. I hope you'll take advantage of that. Well, let's go back in history, Otis. This is probably the greatest quote this man, although I don't agree with all of his politics that he done. Some do, some don't. He did try to hold this nation together, but he made one quote that I agree with. This is one of those that just really stands out to me as we go back for a quote from Abe Lincoln today. You can fool some of the people all of the time and all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all of the time.
That's it.
That is really, really strong. You sit back and think about that statement.
As much as they try,
yeah,
you can never do it.
And folks, that is the face, if you look at that, that is the face of a very, very worried man at that point in time in his life. That was taken way after 1849. This would be while he was amongst the White House with those many, many, many worries that he had at that time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, no fences.
Yeah. Boy.
You could just ride up to the gate in your horse.
Say, how you doing? They've done that several times.
Sure did. Walk up to the door anyway.
You know, last year was the first time all of my life I thought this guy was an American. I had no idea that he came here as an immigrant and became a citizen. I had no clue because I looked at him as one of the most greatest Americans that ever lived. And when I realized that he came here from Canada and become a citizen, I was like, no, say it ain't so. I was shocked as I learned that Bob Hope was not born here. It was actually London that he come from. I said Canada. London is where he come from. Wow. But what a man that entertained with the USO year after year after year. He gave his time, didn't make any money at it, to entertain the troops to make sure that, well, they had something to look forward to as they served our country.
Yeah. You know, he was one of the very ones that went overseas, went to these foreign countries and allowed a little bit of humor
Yeah.
To pick these guys up during wartime and just say, hey, thank you, Bob, for everything you've done.
I did not know in 97, Congress passed a bill that made him an honorary veteran of the U.S. forces.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It is. I did not know they'd done that.
I didn't either.
Bob Hope, as he would have had a birthday today, born in 1903. And again, a great American. Another one that goes down in history as being an ultimate American that more or less gave his life for our country.
Yeah.
As we remember, JFK, he was born on this day. One of the best pictures of him and Jackie that were ever taken there at the White House. Boy,
That is a good picture of it.
it was.
Man. Yeah.
Now, I remember this. I doubt Odie has ever... You've never watched this movie, have you?
I hadn't watched the whole thing, but I have watched parts and pieces.
This
of it.
guy, what an actor he was. He was black and white movies. But anybody remember the name James Cagney? He always played the bad guy. This is one of the few times that he played a normal guy. Usually he was the gangster that was coming after you. But Yankee Doodle Dandy premiered on this day in 1942. And if you've never seen it, this is truly a classic. It truly is. Check it all out. And George M. Cohan is who it was about, who would be a great writer, and it was about his life. 1942, this was a tragedy that happened as the Nazis began to take over. And as they went in, they made all Jewish men, starting today, wear a star on their coat or shirt or wherever they went to signify who they were and what they were. And we all know where that ended up going in the end. It all happened on this day in 1942 as that all happened.
Whew.
Horrible, horrible, horrible to be treated that way.
Yes.
Again, in 1942, something more upbeat did happen. They went into the recording studio on this date, Odie, and recorded what is now known as probably the greatest Christmas song of all time.
Everybody knows it.
Can you sing
Everybody
it?
sings it. Oh, no, you don't want me to sing it.
1942, White Christmas was recorded. Bing Crosby, and of course, comes from the movie White Christmas, and it was great. I've watched that movie over and over and over.
Yeah, every year. Kind of like Rudolph. You got to watch it.
Yeah. Now, this next young lady, she's not young anymore. She's starting to age a little bit, but never have I yet to listen to any of her music. I know that she had a lot of music and was probably pretty good at what she done. It just wasn't the Scotty Ray format. So
She's got some good songs, but yeah, I wasn't a big Melissa Etheridge fan.
But today is her birthday, still the same there.
So happy birthday. Yep.
Good luck to you there. Hope you get the cake you want. One of the greatest. He won a Grammy for it today, and I think we've all hummed along with this as we'll go back and remember Big Bad John.
Oh, yeah.
At the bottom of this mine lies a big, big man. Big John. Can't help it like that. And, of course, you still hear Jimmy Dean do those biscuit commercials, and you think, I thought Jimmy had passed away. He has, but they got the rights to his voice when they bought the company. And it seems as though he's alive and well when you watch those Jimmy Dean sausages. But that was a great song. I don't know who wrote that. I'll have to look into that, but it was well written. And I also almost get the two confused because I like it just as well. 16 tons.
Oh,
love
what
that
do
song.
you get? Yeah.
Another day older and deeper in debt. What's that?
Roy says that I do not look as good as Candace.
You know, I had that.
And I resemble that remark. Because I know I don't.
I was out and about several times this weekend. They said, oh, Lord, Odie's coming back. Oh, Lord. He's not going to look as good as Candace did Friday.
But I got a bunch of, hey, welcome back, and I miss y'all. Look, I missed y'all too. I really did. I had a good time, but it wasn't the same not sharing the mornings with y'all.
Yeah, it is fun.
It is. It really is. So thank y'all for your welcomes. And, well, I'm glad your eyes are good or your glasses is working because you're right.
You don't look as good.
I don't look as good
and
as
I don't either. I'm not even in the running in that race. And thank goodness Odie doesn't think that I look as good.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm glad
but
you don't
this
find
one
me.
here looks good.
Ooh, you watched this with your sister. I know you did.
Yeah, just so I could watch Blair.
The facts of life. She was a beauty queen. That was her right there when she was a young lady, and this is her currently. She still looks great, doesn't she?
She does, and she does on a Me TV. She does a collector's it's Collector Something that she does, a TV show. And if you're a big collector of different items, you know, she comes in with.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I have seen that.
Yeah, and you
Like if you collect
off,
lunch boxes and you've got them set up in a room.
Yeah, she comes in and show off, you know, your collection. And then it's pretty neat to see some of the wild things that people actually collect.
I'm trying to get Angie on there. You know, she gave me my first piece of my Coca-Cola Christmas town, and it is no longer my town. She is like the mayor and took over my town. Mm-hmm. She says she's going to finish building the city, but that's been going on for 2 years now. Angie, oh Angie, oh Angie, where's my town?
Where's your town?
She's got all this foam piled up, says she's going to make mountains and hills, and
that's going to be nice.
it's kind of like me going to fix my truck out there. It's
you put
still right where it was when you left.
Yeah. If you got a bunch of hills, you can put some little zip lining things.
So there you go. You'll have to come over with this construction. Let's go back to 1974, and we all admit it. We did see it. He was about yay tall, and she was about that tall.
You know, he was standing on something.
Absolutely. That is not right there. Sonny and Cher ended tonight in 1974, and believe it or not, people really did dress that way.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you can still see that in California. Or somebody visiting from California.
It's coming back.
It is. 1975, what was the number one song in America? And if you can do the Spanish part here, I would be impressed. Can you do it?
No.
So that I can't do it. Where's Chino when I need Chino? 1974, before the next teardrop falls, was number one as Freddie Fender took it all the way to the number one slot. Boy, wasn't that a good
pretty
song?
good with Spanish.
Who's that?
Amy.
Really? You think she could sing it?
I don't know.
I don't know what Freddie Fender said during that. He could be saying anything, but boy, it sure did sound good, didn't it?
Oh, they can cuss you in Spanish and it sounds good.
And you're like, wow.
Yeah.
1976, this song would peak today, and you think there's no way anybody could have a car like that. Well, it does exist. I went to his museum before he passed away. One Piece at a Time peaked on the charts in 76, and that's the car. One piece at a time. One headlight on one side, one fin on the back. 2 doors on one side, and it didn't cost him a dime.
That's right.
Johnny
One piece
Cash.
at a time.
The title weighed 70 pounds and took the entire staff to write. 1993, we were all sweating to the oldies as TV Guide had him on there, Richard Simmons. He was an odd little dude, and if you've ever heard the rest of the story with Paul Harvey as he described a man that was sitting on a park bench that was about ready to commit suicide, it was that guy right there. But something changed his life. Look that up. One of the greatest little Paul Harvey rest of the stories I've ever heard.
You know, and that was his big thing is, I'm going to help you lose weight.
Yep, sure did. You had to watch him bounce around. It made you just tired watching him.
Oh, yeah. You burnt calories just laughing.
2010, this guy would pass away. Dennis Hopper passed away in 2010 on this date. I think we all remember him.
Is that long?
Yep. And in 2018, the unthinkable happened. She made a post, and next thing you know, well, she lost everything she had. Her TV show was canceled. She was chunked off and removed, and everybody else got to stay.
I still ain't watched the new one. I couldn't
I can't
watch
do
the
it.
old one with her in
No.
it. So.
I respect her for what she's done as being a comedian, but she's not my type.
No, not at all.
Very rude, crude, and almost a teeny bit nasty to a degree. Vulgar. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, she's just dirty all the way around.
It's just not. It's not stuff that your mama would approve of. That's the only way I know to put it.
You
know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Do you like before? Let's see. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Or do you prefer somebody play another somebody done somebody wrong song? We lost B.J. Thomas. I don't know which one of those two you like the best.
I don't know. Both of them was pretty good. Raindrops falling on my head. I guess. What was the name of that song? I mean, the movie. And I want to say.
Raindrops.
Yeah.
Rain Man.
No, it wasn't. It had. They were doing the dancing and all that stuff.
He also done an incredible version of Hank Williams' "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry." He made a huge hit out of that also. But I can't think of the movie you're talking about.
I don't know if it was Ben Crosby or somebody that was dancing and singing the song. I don't even know why it stuck out. I think I watched it with my grandparents.
There you go.
One
B.J.
of my
Thomas.
last memories.
Those are good to have.
Yeah.
It is. We'll be right back as we bother you again on this Memorial Day. Remember what it's all about. We'll be right back to tell you more. Dr. John Line and Dr. Jennifer Dooley have expanded their services when Dr. Cook retired last year. Advanced Vision Center is located on the 5th floor of Anderson's Medical Tower. Now, they bring experience in the most advanced technology to the Meridian area, whether it's your first off that exam. And all of your text messages are blurry now. Advanced Vision Center knows how important your eyes are to you. After all, they are your windows to the world. Call today for an appointment. 601-553-2100.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. Well, as always, we're talking about folks that can help you. Snowden & Company is there. Great folks that help you get into the home that you're looking for. Maybe you've inherited a home, don't know what to do with it. Talk to Amanda and her team. Can go through and assess it and get you the most money for what you've got. Maybe you've got a home that's just too large for you. Maybe you've got 10 kids and 2 bedrooms, and it's time to move up. You got to have more. She can do that also, can't she?
Get you a shoe. If you need a shoe, she can get you one of them.
That's
if you
right.
need it, or you just give her your wants, your needs, where you want to go. Let them do all the work. She can do everything from the paperwork to the finalizing the loan, getting everything done. All you have to do is say, that's the house I want. She takes care of everything. You sign the paper and move right in.
453-3937. See them today. They'll handle the rest when it comes to that home purchasing as it's taken care of just for you. We got a lot of people saying the movie. Ron texted me, said that he thought it was Butch Cassidy.
And I guess that's going to be it. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's been a while, but... And I got to say a good morning. My great nephew's watching, Owen.
Yeah.
Sitting there with my sister. So, Owen, I hope you're having a good morning. Uncle O loves you.
Well, there you go, Uncle O.
Uncle O.
I didn't know that.
That's it.
We had a big deal Friday at the Meridian Fire Department as they invited retirees to come celebrate. Let's go take a look at this, Odie, as we get a few pictures here of the guys that showed up for the luncheon. They did a great big picture at the end. A big thank you to everybody that came out and supported these guys. They worked hard during their lives at a great luncheon to back that up. We certainly glad everybody showed up for that.
Well, I was looking, and I tried to find R.W., and I didn't see him on there. And I know we were out of town, and I told him that I'd make sure that he got there safely.
Yeah.
And I guess he missed it.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I'm sorry, R.W., I didn't mean to.
Let me introduce you to one of the hardest working people in the area, from East Mississippi to West Alabama. They don't work much harder than this as we go out to Marion. Oh, Randall Davis, he's the chief there. As Friday, they had ceremony at 11 o'clock. I made it out for this, and this is such an honor to be a part of this as they had someone represented for all of the area schools.
I love some chief now. He takes care of that entire community. He is always out there for the people. The kids. He is a guy, like you said, he works so hard that it's ongoing.
Yep. As we look at this, these are the graduates back here in the back as we come across. Here we are. Look at this. Just great pictures there as they had a crowd show up. As we had the sheriff there as well, and just so many speakers, Larry in the back there.
Down there, yeah.
So we appreciate everybody that helped out during this program. It was really, really good. And we can't thank everybody enough for what they've done at this program. It was fantastic. As we look here, we also had a ceremony on Friday. Boy, this was out at the new Veterans Memorial Wall.
That is a beautiful place.
It is.
By the airport. It's awesome. At least drive by and look at it and see the airplane they've got hanging up. They've done a lot of work to get that area built.
As we look at the Boy Scouts were out also, as they done a lot there. As the crowd gets coming in, there's the vets as they show up. Big crowd, as we had a flyover for that also.
Go.
Again, it was a great day, and we invite you down to today's ceremony beginning at 10 o'clock, Lauderdale County Courthouse. We'll be right back. We got more to talk about. So don't be rushing off, trying to go get something out of the refrigerator.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure or maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
As we talk about Chet's Paint and Body, I'm telling you, in Collinsville, one of the best that you'll ever meet. Actually, it's Center Hill, but we'll call it that in that area as you head out to Chet's for any kind of damage that you might have. Maybe it was over the weekend, you got a bump or two into your car. Well, they can fix it back to the way it was, no matter what that issue is. Simple, small. Maybe it's a classic car that you got that you just need a new paint job for. They can do that also. Go by for an estimate today. They'll do that for you. If you have to file an insurance claim, they'll do all of that work for you. It's simple. It's quality work, and a handshake does it all. That's what they do at Chet's Paint and Body. Visit with them today in the curve as you go into the reservoir, or just simply call 737-2961. Promise you won't be dissatisfied after you talk to them. They're just like you and I.
They'll take care of you, that's for sure.
Hey, did anybody hear my phone ring a minute ago?
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, but isn't this Sunday? Oh, wait a minute. This is Monday.
That was Debbie. She was confused on what day of the week it was. She thought it was Sunday morning.
It's Memorial Day. She worked hard last week.
She did, yeah.
Look,
not here.
Grandkids could be a handful.
Yes, sir. She had to do some keeping and couldn't show up. I like to always recognize local artists, and we've got one of the best here in Meridian, photographers, and I always like to showcase their work when they do an outstanding job. This is Scott Stevens. He lives here in Meridian. Now, let me just show you a picture that he took out at Key Field here. We posted this week. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is beautiful.
Showing the Navy then and now.
And I mean, just an awesome shot all the way around. But the memories and the history between those two planes, man.
And if you're a photographer and you've got some great photos, send it to us. We'd like to feature yours one morning as well. send us those photos. You can email us or inbox us any way that you can get those to us. We'd like to show your work as well as we show what the folks in our neighborhood can do. There's a lot. Hey, the swimming pool is going to be opening up at Highland Park today if you want to go swimming. It's wide open. Took the American Red Cross swimming course. 3 weeks later, I like to drown. Let's just go ahead and tell the truth.
So no more pool.
I don't swim. I did take the course out there, and they said I passed, and then I panicked in water and sunk to the bottom, and I've never been in a swimming pool ever since.
Wow.
A man has got to realize his limitations, as Clint Eastwood would say.
That's it. If you're not a good swimmer, don't go in.
Yep. That's not my forte in life. Oh, let's see here. What else is going on around the state today? A woman in critical condition in the state of Mississippi after being, it's in Madison County, she got hit by a golf cart. And you think, how could you be in critical condition? They were moving.
Had to have been.
Critical condition, it hit her head is what has caused this. We hope that she gets better. That is just bad news. It happened Wednesday morning. I didn't get a chance to talk about that last week, but one of those, say a prayer for a fellow Mississippian.
And then talking about news, I want to let everybody know that all the politicians were never going to lose their paycheck, but all of you people that are on your retirement and who put in for Social Security and saved and worked and gave your money to the Social Security Administration, you'll get your check because our politicians finally come to an agreement.
That's good.
That we're not going to shut down the government. Of course, they were never going to end their paycheck.
Right.
It was yours. They were going to stop. But don't have to worry about that now. The the politicians came together and signed that up. Yeah, so we're good.
We'll see you at 10 o'clock this morning from the steps of the Lauderdale County Courthouse. Come join us as we appreciate those who gave all on this Memorial Day.
That's right, and you'll see us back here 23 hours from now. Have a wonderful day.
See y'all then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.